Hey, hi, hello, welcome back to the Goat Force Gaming channel where we play the roguelikes and the roguelites and hopefully add all kinds of awesome games to your backlog or your wish list or your now playing list, whatever you're doing out there. I'll tell you what, we're going to add to it, and if you like rogues, I'm so glad that you're here with us because, well, that's all we play on the channel every time. Hey folks, you know, I'll tell you, some of you have been asking for quite some time now for me to play a game called Halls of Torment. And this is a game that's been on my list for quite some time, and I knew that I wanted to get to it. And I'm recording this in advance because I'm out of pocket right now on a family vacay. But the show must go on, right? So I wanted to have some videos out there for the next couple of weeks for you all to enjoy, and I thought, boy, what a great game to go and play for this time period. And as I'm sure some of you can imagine that have played this one before, it addicted me almost immediately. So here's what's happened. I've gone from one addiction in Deep Rock Galactic Survivor to another addiction in Halls of Torment. Now with Deep Rock, I spent around 30 hours in that game, even though it was just a beta. It just really hooked me. Felt good, looked good, the progression was phenomenal, really nice progression treadmill to be on. You know, it just makes you feel good that you're putting in the work and being rewarded each time. Just puts a stranglehold on me. So I've went from one addiction to the other, and you know what, I gotta tell you, I'm very, very happy about that. So I want to thank everybody who encouraged me to pick up Halls of Torment, because here we are, and I am enjoying the hell out of it. So what do we have here? Well, if this is your first time seeing it, we have a very Diablo 1 bullet heaven. That's how I would describe this for you. I think the sprites are very familiar. If the butcher was to show up right now, I wouldn't be super surprised about it. In fact, I'd probably enjoy that. So, as is typical, we are trying to survive for a total of 30 minutes. I've been playing the game for a minute here, and I have not had a successful 30-minute attempt yet. But I've been performing pretty well, I'd say. I do enjoy the lightning strike, and I enjoy the arcane splinters quite a bit as well. We're gonna go splinters this time. Next time there's an opportunity to pick up an additional capability, I will probably go lightning. I love that there's floor carrots. Floor chicken maybe has gone out of style. I appreciate that somebody had the courage and wisdom to say, hey, we're not going to be like everybody else with that floor chicken. We're going floor carrots. I like it. Okay. So what we're doing here is we're, of course, trying to progress in our power capabilities. but we're also trying to pick up these new spells and abilities along the way. And as we topple bosses, we're also going to have the opportunity to grab new pieces of armor that will give us additional capabilities. Can I just say that I love that this game calls Magnesis Long Fingers. Love it. So we're going to get into some topics today. We are going to enjoy some Halls of Torment today. We're going to drink some coffee today. I've still really enjoying the dark roast coffee that you've heard me talk about from time to time over the last several days. It's just phenomenal. When I was drinking those flavored roasts, you know, they were more light to medium in their range. And it's always great to go from that to a really bold, smoky, dark roast. I think it just makes you appreciate it that much more because it's such a change in the robust flavor. We like that smoky dirt. I'll tell you what's been on my mind lately, and maybe it's been on some of your minds as well, because as time goes on, this stuff is out there in the ether more and more. Maybe some of it has hit your place of employment. If not, maybe it's going to in the near future. Maybe it's going to in the next 12 to 24 months. You know, it's going to be different for everybody. But I'll tell you, AI is it is quite a thing, isn't it? Let's start out by saying that it's quite a thing, and lately it is starting to hit my backyard a little bit. Now, I will tell you that I geek out on the AI art of the world. I think it's fun to play around with. I have had a decent time utilizing Mid-Journey here and there to create some fun things for all of us to enjoy. But now I think I'm hearing more and more about AI and job replacement or massive changes to how jobs are being done. The most recent story that I read was about a couple of copy editors. One gentleman had a copy editing business. He had 9 clients, and this year, 9 of those clients, all of them, called him up and said, hey, you know, there's this thing called ChatGPT out there, and we think we're going to go with ChatGPT instead of you for our marketing copy and, you know, needs like that. Okay, so what do you do at that point? You know, you've got to reinvent. But if that's what you've been doing for so long, and, you know, maybe you're in your 30s or 40s, you've got a family, it's, you know, it's hard to reinvent, right? Can we all agree on that? Hard to reinvent. So this particular gentleman, you know, went through. Let's make a selection here. Remember, I talked about the armor. Increases block strength while moving. Builds up by moved distance. Block strength is limited to 10. Movement speed buffs increase the cap. Standing still removes the bonus. That's interesting. Ooh, plus 20% attack speed. That's also interesting. I think we're going to go with the buff to attack speed. And then we will continue moving towards that additional capability that is down there in the bottom right corner. So it's hard to reinvent. This gentleman received a call from one of the clients that said, hey, you know, we tried that ChatGPT thing. It wasn't doing everything we wanted it to do. So, you know, we'd like to have you back. But if you're this gentleman and your income or your revenue stream has now gone from where it was to 1/9, we all know that that's broken. That's not going to fly. And so this particular gentleman said, hey, you know what? I think I'm going to go back to school. And he has enrolled in a junior college where he can learn HVAC so that he can work on furnaces and air conditioners. Look, I applaud him for doing that. I applaud everybody that's going to have to do that. It's hard. It's very hard to do that. This same story, they interviewed a new grad that was doing copy editing work at a company. So she didn't have her own organization like this gentleman did. She was working for another employer at the time. I like the Phantom Needles too, but I did say we would go with the Lightning Strike, so we're gonna go with that. And we'll have the opportunity to buff this over time. And we're gonna head back up now towards the icon that's there. That is actually magnesis. So that's going to pull in some nice gem sandwiches for us. Some delicious gem sandwiches. They're not gem sandwiches, but, you know, I haven't eaten lunch yet, so, yeah, I got sandwiches on the mind. So this particular person was doing copy editing for internal messaging and marketing and such, and I think I recall from the story that, you know, she was all of 23, 24 years old. So a newer grad, you know. And this would be frustrating because in office, you know, we all have Teams and email and such. People thought it was funny to refer to her as ChatGPT. That's what they referred to her as, the ChatGPT of that organization. So if that wasn't enough, of course, she was let go as well, because they're going to go with GPT. Now, some of us have been looking at ways that we can use GPT in our role today. I'm sure some of you working in various jobs have utilized it. I've messed around with it quite a bit. One of the ways that I utilized it actually was to rewrite The Night Before Christmas to incorporate Noida messages for when I did that week before Christmas that I called the Noida Before Christmas, that series. And I'll tell you, it wasn't perfect. I had to work with the output and make it read a little bit better, but it gave me a solid starting point. Solid starting point. So is it perfect? No, but I think it's good, if not scary good, for some of the requests I've put in there. And, you know, as we all know, like, this is a moment in time. This thing is getting better and better over time. There are some schools of thought out there that say, hey, we shouldn't be calling ChatGPT an AI. It's not AI. It's a large language model. It's an LLM. How dare you call it an AI? I get that. I get that. There's also schools of thought out there saying that, you know, AI and LLMs, they can only do so much because they don't have artificial general intelligence. You know, that's where, like, that creative thinking, that emotional intelligence comes into play, and these tools don't have that yet. Will they get there? I don't know. If I had to bet, probably. Will I see it in my lifetime? I don't know. If I had to bet, I'd say probably. So this has been a really long way to say that I have seen some AI tools roll out in my backyard. And as some of you know, I work in the HR space. And, I think a lot of these spaces have pretty big targets on their back. And you've got a lot of startup organizations out there that are targeting these types of employment, whether it be finance or HR or accounting or, whatever it is. Engineering, software engineering. I've had ChatGPT build me Twitter bots. I've watched it build billing systems in C++. I mean, you can throw anything at it. I've seen it build websites, all kinds of stuff. Are they perfect? No, probably not. Probably not. But again, moment in time. I believe at least that it's getting better each day, week, month, etc., etc. So I have been in conversations now where people are saying, my God, how much time do you think we have? I think it's this many years. What do you think? Well, I think it's this many years. It's eerie, man. It's a strange thought to have. And by the way, I don't have any answers. I'm more looking at this both from the outside looking in and from my own standpoint saying, oh, wow, this stuff is here and it's pretty cool. Does it eliminate some remedial tasks so that maybe it opens you up for some of the more important work in your role? Well, sure. Yeah, in its current state, it does. Well, what happens when it tries to tackle the other set of work that I talked about that it opened you up for? And then the other work that's left from there, and then the other work. I don't know where it's all gonna go. I've also talked with some folks who are in that space of helping develop this stuff. And they're saying, you know what, if you go back in time and you look at some of the news articles that have come out across history, pull up some of the news stories that were out there, some of the newspaper articles that were out there when the John Deere tractor became available, for instance. The headlines were reading, my God, it's the end of times. Farmers are going to be out of work. Farmers will never work again. Tractors are going to do the whole job now. My God. Right? That didn't happen. Things became safer. Right? Maybe you had a few less limbs being lost each year. What do we want to go with here? +3 defense, +3 block strength. 10% health capacity, 3 defense. You know, let's just go with this. This is a nice across the board block strength and defense. I'm liking that. We have 13 minutes left. We are going to continue heading up towards this Magnesis to pick up anything that we haven't been able to grab. So I like that argument of saying, hey, you know, look across history. Is this the first time something like this has happened? No, it's not. We've been here before. I hear that. The cynic in me, though, says, you know what? This feels a little bit different to me, this one. A little bit different this time. You know, you've seen the same charts I have. Well, these are the top positions. They're going to be affected by AI. This is what we think. This is going to be the next profession that's gone. And you look at that and you go, well, wait a second. This chart, this is a chart of like every different type of job out there. Wait a second. What the hell is going on here, you know? And I sit there and I take it all in and I say to myself, boy, you know, I've got a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old. Is this where I tell them to study HVAC? Is this where I tell them that, hey, I know maybe you didn't think that you wanted to be a plumber, but, you know, I think you want to be a plumber. I think maybe you want to go into plumbing. Or, you know, how about things that involve you touching a thing? Because, boy, robots are going to be hard and expensive to implement into something like that. Ooh, look at this. Lightning Strike 2. Plus 10% crit chance, plus 10% stun range. Yeah, let's do that. Ooh, we've got a little bit of a magician boss here. Maybe wizard is a better term. Maybe not magician. We're not fighting David Copperfield. Remember David? All right. Let's see. Plus 50 base health, plus 3 block strength. That might be good. This might be good too, though. All right. We're gonna go with that. Some durability as the horde continues getting ginormous at this point. You know, I don't know that I have much more to say about it at this point. I think that I will continue keeping an eye on this, and I'll continue educating myself on it, both from the standpoint of what's going on in the space that I'm in, my specific domain, and what the hell is going on in the other domains that maybe don't have anything to do with my domain, but maybe they touch it at some point. You know, how could changes in the finance wing touch what I do, maybe? I think it's going to be important to be able to speak intelligently on the topic in my specific space. Some days it feels like it's moving very rapidly, and then others, and I don't know about you, you know, maybe this is true for you, maybe not for you. Other days it's kind of like you go weeks where you don't hear about it a whole lot, and then all of a sudden it creeps up again. I think my Android phone, my timeline on there realizes that it's a topic that I'm interested in, and so I do get force fed at times where you go, yeah, I know about this. I'm not happy about this particular thing. Like anything else, I'm sure it's going to be a mixed bag, you know? But I'll tell you, lately, I'm hearing more about it with these tool rollouts, and you kind of just go, okay, I guess this is what we're doing now. I guess this is what a lot of places are doing now. Some of you are thinking, Goat, you're playing Halls of Torment and talking about the hostile takeover of AI. What a time. What a time it is. Well, I know. And you're saying, can you just talk about food now? Look, you know, sometimes you just get the stream of conscience, and it is what it is. You know, I'm going to say that I think we're doing pretty well here. And we're also completing some of the quests, and in this game there is meta progression, I'm happy to say. Oh gosh, all right, I have not seen this enemy boss yet. It appears to be a lich of some kind. Oh my. All right. We've got 2 bosses on the scene, which is a little bit problematic. God. All right. I am a little torn here. Let's go with health regen. Now, I've buffed the regen in the meta progression system, of course. But I'll tell you, it's hard when you're at a pretty big deficit. It's hard to get that health back from regen. It's got to be a combination of finding potions along the way and such. A little bit of a speed buff there, that's good. If I could find the evil wizard and just focus on him first. Oh, nice. All right, that's gonna help. Let's go with, let's see, I think piercing would apply to our phantom needles here. Multi-hit increases the attack speed. Okay, well maybe not then. Let's go with regen again. We'll try to find some potions along the way to continue getting health back. I'm trying to be a little bit conservative with how close I get to the horde. I don't know, maybe we end up, maybe we did take out the wizard. There's some magnesis. Okay. Let's go with a stronger critical hit chance. Oh, goodness. All right. We have 5 minutes to go. getting some good hits off on this guy. If we can keep this up. Come on, potion. Alright, we were able to set that dude on fire, which will do some nice damage over time for a second. Let's see if we can get some fire going again. Nice. Just walk him right through. Health is looking great. Good progress against the boss, too. Oh, I think we got it. Perfect. Okay. +3 defense, +3 block strength, +10 base attack damage. Every 15 seconds, you summon a skeleton to fight for you. They will perish after a set time, but their life force can be extended. Wow. Okay, we're gonna go with that. We are absolutely gonna go with that. Love the look of that ring, too. Oh, it's the wizard guy! Okay, we're gonna go another pip to metabolism. And I don't know, maybe we can take this guy out. That would be lovely. Oh god, they're closing in. Alright, let's see if we can get some health back. Find some potions, maybe. Hey, there's our skeleton. Oh no. Okay. I don't know, do we just keep putting it in regen? I mean, we kind of need that, but this would be great too. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Come on, give us a potion. Oh no. Oh no. Potion? Alright, I'm gonna back off and just explore for a little bit, if we can. Well, they really don't want to give us potions at this point. If I see barrels, I'm going for them. I'd even settle for some floor carrots. Three minutes left. No idea where the wizard is. Maybe he's gone. I like the skeleton warriors. Okay, you know, I'm leaning towards this, because we're kind of trying to escape the horde, and by kind of, I mean, we are. Oh god, there he is. Oh, this is maybe not gonna end well. Enemies stunned by lightning strikes have a 50% chance to get electrified. Electrify deals damage 100 each tick based on the amount of stacks applied to the enemy. Okay, so we're like evolving the lightning strike. Come on. 2 minutes to go. There's a carrot. Oh god, they are closing in fast. That was fantastic. Oh, look at that skeleton putting in overtime. Just love to see it. Alright, we're gonna return to camp here. Oh, look at this. Look at this, the cleric. Alright, we're gonna try the cleric out. next time, what we will do is take our cleric. Is this an undead cleric? He looks a little bit skeletal, doesn't he? All right, we're going to show off the meta progression area. That was a great run. We've got almost 7,000 to spend here. We're absolutely going to put in to the damage. I think that will pay off in a huge way. And oh boy, this one always tugs on my heartstring. I love magnesis in these games. Okay. So what we're going to do is hold on to the gold that we have currently. And after that next run, probably max out that magnesis. Hey folks, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for indulging me in the AI discussion. Let us know in the comments what's going on in your sphere of the world with AI. What has your experience been so far in the workplace, if that's applicable, or maybe just life in general? What are you out there doing with the Midjourneys and the DALL-Es and the Stable Diffusions and the Chat GPTs, and probably about a million others at this point that I'm not mentioning by name? Let us know. Let us know. Is it something that brings you anxiety? Is it something that you enjoy watching from the sidelines? Let's get some discussion going in the comments area, which I, come to think of it, may or may not be able to participate in. I think I'm going to be pretty tied up over the next couple weeks here. But like I said, I've got some good content planned, and we'll keep having a ball out there, right? So that's what we do. Let's do this again sometime out on the Goat Force Gaming channel, where we'll play a roguelike or a roguelite, because, well, that's what we do every time. And you know what? We'll give away a video game at least once a week, because random acts of kindness are awesome. All right, you take care out there. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.